Hello everyone and welcome to another Once Upon a Galaxy vid with me, Aaron from Good Games Morley. We are here to record the inaugural, very first ever, that's what inaugural means, tournament for Once Upon a Galaxy. Uh, this is interesting because this is the first one they've ever done, and there are no money prizes or anything outside of that. You can qualify for a championship in the next few months, but you can win cosmetics, and they are exclusive to this, and it'll be great practice for future tournaments as well. So how it works is you are always in a lobby of 6 players, so it's you versus 5 async opponents that they've made that board sometime over the previous few days. And in that lobby, you're trying to finish first, but you usually win if you come third, second, or first. It counts as a win in the game. In this tournament, you'll play 5 consecutive games, but to qualify for the next round, you have to finish at least 5th, then at least 4th, then at least 3rd, then at least 2nd, and then the last one to qualify for day 2, you have to finish first. So it's quite a lot of pressure. I have 2 invites up here in the top left, so you get 2 shots at this, but I'll be recording at least my first run and seeing how it goes, because this is new and exciting, and I'm pumped to see how a tournament feels for this game, which I love very much. So let's jump into round 1 of our February monthly tournament. We've only got 3 hours to play all these games, so hopefully we'll get them all done. Everything just takes a little bit longer when you're talking about it. Okay, let's go. Start event. Top 5 to advance and win an alt art, which is pretty exciting. Okay. Alright, so Athena is a hero that I played a lot in the beginning, because you can survive to the late game very easily, because your board scales. Every time they die, they get attack, and every time they survive, they get +2 health, so you're just very likely to make the late game. Probably what I will be taking here, just based on that, because we need to just finish better than 5th or better. We'll go for a win if we can, obviously. That's good practice, but Toucan Samuel is quite new. You get a bonus shop every turn, but your shops only have 2 characters. This is fine, it just helps you churn through a lot of cards and silver and gold them, and you have access to a lot more spells, so you have 3 spells rather than 2 spells every shop, so it's really good for spells based builds. And then Charon, your first character has farewell +1/+1. This is not the greatest, because they need to die to get the ability, so it's better with toys or things that replace themselves with bodies. Ignore that, that's my dog scratching himself. And then when you replace a golden character, improve it by 5. That's not really happening until quite late on, and you don't really generally want to be replacing your golden characters. We could refresh here. The reason I'm not taking Toucan Samuel is because you can see from this bar I haven't unlocked that many cards for him, so there is a slight deck building element to this game. I would give this a refresh and just see if there's anything super exciting that comes up, like one of my favorite characters. Hades is another pretty straightforward one. It just doubles your first farewell every fight. I won't be taking that here because I think Athena is more likely to get us to that late game. I've just been playing Athena with one of the pre-made toys decks. It's probably worth building a custom deck for this one. I think I've made fairies with it before, because all of these are better the longer they survive on the board, generally. Things like Wink and Wicked Witch. Oh, this is old, because Charlotte wouldn't be in my list anymore, but let's just go ahead with the... Let's make a new deck, actually. Let's get rid of Charlotte, because we don't really want the when it farewells, it gives it +8/+8 for each character supporting it. This is just not that great. Lance a Little probably works pretty well in this build because every time one of the characters dies, it gets +2 attack, so it's kind of guaranteed to go ahead anyway. There's a whole bunch of good fairies cards that are going to work in here. The deck building is the part of this game that I haven't got my head around the most because the possibilities are quite endless. But then a lot of the time with a lot of heroes, you just end up getting pushed down the same path a lot of the time anyway. So we'll be looking for something like Wormscale Tinkerer, which is a fairy. So all our Fey buffs, sorry, it's not a fairy, it's a Fey. All our Fey buffs will get increased by +1/+1, so this is going to help us out with our treasures. This will help us survive with our low rarity characters, which Fey builds often have a lot of because you're building them up as time goes on. And we only need to come 5th or better, so I'm sure that we can do that with this deck. So maybe not Nightshade because we won't be doing too many spells. We'll be more Fey focused. So let's get the Lance a Little in there and see how that goes, because this is just going to buff our board as time goes on. Okay. All right, let's jump into the first round with Athena. Okay, that's a pretty good start. We have Jack in the Box, which is going to help us survive to the late game. Oh god, I'm nervous. And then Daughter of Athena. There are some Fey heroes, but not many. We do want some quests to be popping off, but maybe we should just go for something like Flying Monkey to disrupt our opponent's support things. This also scales up way better over time with this as our things die. Oh, we're playing against someone who already has one of these championship banners, so they've already done well in the tournaments. Okay, let's do our first battle. Oh, it's against Skip, so we win for free. That's really nice. Okay, let's get some questing stuff going on here with Dragonling, and then because we have that Fey deck, we definitely want Peachy Queen here, which is going to improve our next Fey buffs that we take. And you can already see that Flying Monkey and Jack in the Box have gotten buffed from surviving the last fight. That's great. Cool. Nice early win. We can take a Captain Ahab here and hopefully get his quest off on the first run. And then Wink is one of the strongest cards for this Fey deck. I don't know if we need this Peachy Queen there anymore. We do want the Dragonling to get questing, but the Wink will be much more important for the game as we go on. So maybe put Captain Ahab down here and Dragonling there to guarantee that it gets an attack in without getting randomly killed, and then Monkey there. Okay. Come on, Wink. Yes. So we got a Slay there. So it's not called Slay in this version. Sorry, that was in Storybook Brawl. And double attacks from our Dragonling, so we get the quest off. That is great. And let's buff our shop in some way. So with Faye, we probably just want more health. Because, in my opinion, attack is a little easier to scale. So let's get the shield going. This is pretty great. We just want the Wink to keep growing and increasing our fairy buffs, which hopefully we'll pick up some of here. Let's get the Puck down there, because he's giving +5/+2 to those guys. And then I think we can just afford to take a shop buffing thing here to make Padded Shield even better. With the +2 health, we'll take Thorn, but not put it on our board. So our characters in our shop are going to get +2/+1 permanently. Okay. Playing against a mirror, so they'll be doing fairy stuff as well. Wow, they already have a huge Fey Familiar, so we are not going to be able to beat that. Okay, that is our first loss. That was a bit rough. Remember, giving everything +3 would be pretty great. But Captain Ahab just getting buffed is probably a little safer. We can just cycle the Dragonling here, or maybe replace the Jack-in-the-Box, because this is only getting... Oh, so definitely should have pucked to buff this. Maybe Wink and the Jack-in-the-Box are buffed by the puck. Might be a bit better. Let's just put the Dragonling down here, because Flying Monkey doesn't matter too much in slot 3. Ooh, okay. Phil is ridiculous in these sort of builds because you can just win some games by him getting attacked over and over and over again when he's in slot 3, especially if we have a big Jack-in-the-Box that they have to fight through. So this is a very, very good 2 and 3 for us, and every time it dies, it gets +2 attack, so it's going to get huge. And you can have a Phil until the very, very late game. So let's take a Peachy Queen to cycle it and get that Fae buff. And then Tink, we can probably replace our Captain Ahab because we don't care about that quest now at this point. We're in rare shops. And whenever a character from front attacks, give it +6/+6. So we've got our Fae buffs going very well. So if we get an attack off with Wink here, we are going to be golden. That's great. Yeah. Huge. So that Jack-in-the-Box is just going to carry us, and we're doing full hearts of damage to people. Okay, we can probably replace the puck. Oh, +7/+4. Jeez, okay. We can just cycle this fun gal then. So our next shop will be all Fae. And see what we get. And then now... we don't have slot buffs down here yet, so we may as well just put a Boon Wheeler down here, because giving +5/+5 to the back slots and replacing a +7/+4 are pretty similar. We're already into the top 5, so we've made it. We've made it to the next round. That's very good. Okay, let's take this lobby down with Wink, my favorite guy. Nice easy win there. Only doing half a heart of damage though. All of these are kind of mid, so we can probably just cycle our shop with Lost in the Woods. Don't really care about any of these. Mousetrap is another sort of scam, kill that big thing, and we already have Phil for that. Let's just Fires of Ares to give a slot 8 attack and just make... Oh, we could just make Phil insane. Yeah, let's just make Phil insane. Okay, I will take the goodie bag here and replace Jack-in-the-Box because this can just get out of control. Fireflies, giving these two +7/+7 is also pretty good. +7/+7 every 10. I'm just going to take goodie bag. I like goodie bags, one of my faves. So I'd really like that to scale up a little more. And whatever pops out of it will scale up more with the Tink is now giving +8/+8, which is ridiculous. Now +9/+9. Oh, huge. Okay. This goodie bag's going to carry us to victory. Huge, if true. Okay, we should take this one down pretty easily. Let's just take that. Let's get a free Fae shop. Rose giving the whole shop +5/+6 is going to be good enough as well. Oh yeah, okay, cool. +7/+7 to the back slots. Could now... We didn't really... It's pretty... neither here or there now. Wink getting so much larger, so we may as well just make use of the multiple bodies and replace them now. Let's goodie bag first to get that big... Oh, this slot buff is... Let's goodie bag first. No, let's Mockingbird first. Yeah. Okay, this is the people with the huge Fae Familiar, which we should be able to fight through now because they're still using crappy supports to do that. But that's probably who will be playing in the final. Oh, we got a little Lance, which is nice because Mockingbird popped one of those out, so that's going to buff our slots every turn. We don't need any of this. Our board is pretty good. We could just give this slot +2/+2 to buff. And let's just cycle. I don't know, we're probably gonna win this one. And let's just, oh, this is giving +5/25 to everything. Let's do that. We're in the top 4. We're in the top 4. Oh, that's rough. Should still be able to win this one, because if Phil gets another... Oh, nice. Full heart of damage, because we've got 3 or more left on our board. And we should be going to the next round pretty quickly. Let's just take this for a treasure and improve the next Fey buff by +7/+7. That's pretty good. Sure. Giving every character +15/+12. That is slightly better than giving +15/+14 just as long as it survives. So this is going to be a huge, huge buff here. We're playing against someone who's also doing toys, but with Geppetto, but we are better. Get that laser shark out of here. Oh, this is going very well. When they attack Phil 3 times, you know you're running good. Don't care about any of these guys. Our board is already insane. Let's just Stroke of Midnight to hopefully nerf one of their guys. That transforms them into a random common character. We don't have any mages to get a free shop off this, so we can just take a... I don't know. Wicked Witch is probably better than just buffing our board over and over. It just can shut their stuff down. Okay, we're into the top 3. We've got a win. That's very nice. So this is the sort of board you want Wicked Witch against, because this is scaling up and getting out of control. If they don't attack Phil, we could be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, we still got the Mockingbird. How big is that going to be, though? Not big enough. Okay. So we need the Wicked Witch to survive to be able to get a shot off on their big 3 board, but then we need something large at the end as well. So let's put the goodie bag down there. Let's just increase the Fey buffs. We don't really care about any of this other stuff. We could go back on the Wicked Witch thing and just go for the huge front... I don't know what to call them. Toys. Not all of them are toys, but they all spit out new bodies. So let's just renege on the Wicked Witch thing and take that, which is gold now. We don't have any hunt, so let's just take... I don't think we're going to survive long enough for this to be good, so let's take Gilded Lily. And it's just us versus Twitch in the final. They have some secret rares now, but we should be able to fight through this. Ooh. Especially if they attack Phil a bunch, yeah. Nice. 4 Phils? Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. And we could... True Love's Kiss, maybe the Titanian, see what secret rare we get, but let's just take a Bronze Goose, and these are all kind of not worth it. So this is the only thing that's going to buff our board for this turn, because this is most likely the last round. We get a bonus shop of all Fey if we take this, and a treasure, sure. Bonus spell for each 6 of your characters KO'd. We would need to lose 3 rounds in a row for that to be super relevant, so let's just take the chest. Flopsy would be great, but again, we're probably past that point now, so let's just cycle. And we can just take a huge Fairy Queen here over the Mockingbird is probably good. And then get a secret rare if we happen to lose this fight, which we might do with Spirit of Vengeance getting really big. Ooh, okay, this is going to be close now. Okay, we did lose that one. Okay. Their Spirit of Vengeance is getting out of control. Now I wish we had the Wicked Witch. Trifork is probably just best. Giving Boon Willow +100/+100. If we do get another scam character, the Ring of Power could be really good. This is only giving everything like +7, +21, +21. That's pretty strong. We just need to fight through that huge Spirit of Vengeance. We could just take stuff to make Goodie Bag or fill our smallest character. And then this is characters count as all types. Fey buffs. I think this is like I take this so often because it's just the safest. Like +21, +21 to everything seems good. So this is interesting because we could just give everything ranged, but nothing is big enough to kill their board. So I think we just take the Cycle the Mockingbird. Okay, we can take Dreamer here. This is a little, so this is doubling the, give double my slot buff. Okay, so that's pretty good. So maybe this is not good enough now. I can't remember in the rules. This deals 1,000,000 bonus damage when it attacks. If we do that to their Spirit of Vengeance, which gets buffed for the amount of damage that killed it, that could really screw us if we lose the next fight as well and we've dealt it 1,000,000 damage. But we just need to win with it. So I think we put that in slot 4 here. It'll be one of the last things that survives and it kills off their biggest thing and we win. This could also be a spot to just take Stinky and put it there so that it kills off their board. Yeah. Okay. But we just got to win this fight against that huge Ghost Armor and Spirit of Vengeance. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. That's great. Okay. Yes! Yes! Okay, great. Awesome. First win. Nice. Okay, a little bit of pressure off. We didn't get immediately killed. Got that win there with some sneaky scam stuff at the end. And we are on to round 2 of 5. Coming up soon. Okay, we are so back. Let's get into game 2. Gotta finish in the top 4 to advance and win this artist-signed Laser Shark. I love Laser Shark. Let's see what our heroes are. Okay, I was obsessed with Frowny the Clown for a while. I played nothing but Frowny the Clown every single time it came up. It is high variance because I really just was smashing the take the lowest attack button every single turn and hoping I survived till I get a legendary treasure or something. I'm considering taking it here because I only need to finish in the top 4, but it's risky. It's risky. Probably not a good option. When you recruit a character, your toys gain that character's types. I've never really found this to be that great. You need a lot of Fey buffs or animal buffs or something, and then you need to be toys as well, so I don't really gravitate towards the old Blorg. Legend of Loxley I have been playing a lot recently because it's new. You just get to steal one of their treasures every turn, which is a lot of fun. It is pretty powerful, but I don't have a deck list for it yet. You can see I don't have that many cards for it, so let's refresh and see what we get. Okay, Wizard Headmaster is a straightforward, get lots of mages, cast lots of spells. Could take that here, but let's go for something a little fun and take Frowny the Clown. It is quite an uncommon strategy to want to take the lowest attack thing out of every shop, but I haven't created a custom deck for this one yet, but this candy deck list doesn't look that good. We can probably make something cool. Okay, Lance a Little will help because do I just like Lance a Little too much? Maybe. Because he's going to get buffed as time goes on, and we want, when we're taking the low attack creatures, what are they called? Monster cards. Taking the low attack cards, you want your board to be buffed so that you aren't getting super punished by taking the lowest power thing every turn. That's probably worth an include. You want also then like good support cards like Lollipop Fairy, so we could make like a candy build, because supports have low power, which we want for Frowny the Clown. But they will buff the things in front of them, so then it's not so much of a downside when you have the lowest thing in there. Katatui's just been buffed to be a 5/5, casting 3 spells. We don't want to be casting spells that much because we just want to be taking low power creatures so that we can smash out these treasures as quick as possible. So we can take something like Lemonhead, which will get buffed every turn according to our candy. We will be losing fights quite often, so taking this area is not awful because we'll get buffed every time we lose a fight. If we are going down the candy route, we do want things like Sour Patch Kid, which will be buffing our slots. Cherry Topples could be a way for us to get spells into our lineup, because you do need spells to be candy. If you do need spells to be candy, then maybe this is not a good idea. I'm just gonna pause for a sec here and check out the Discord. Get onto the Once Upon a Galaxy Discord, and I'll see if there's any sweet deck lists that I can copy from there. Okay, so the list that I've been looking at through the Discord all are like treasure spam stuff. You play things like Chaos because this gives you ways to get buffs while still recruiting the smallest thing on the board. You've got Missaria, which will give you extra treasures every turn, which is going to help proc things like your Maverick and Icewing, which just has a simple quest of collect 2 treasures, so that's pretty easy. Mr. Fox also will get you lots of treasures and is quite small to start with, so he's going to go on the list there too. Netherbinder is another good way to get early treasures and have things die to his left and right. Their left and right. Rollo, because you have so many quest characters and he has low toughness, so you're kind of going for that high variance strat. Butcher, because you don't need the game to go super long, and then you can just buff your shop by having so many rare characters on your board. So this is kind of more of a Butcher build. And then you want all the random scam stuff, so something like a Wicked Witch. Again, because it's the lowest power. And then this list that I'm looking for through is from Yuckmouth, who's one of the biggest streamers and I think works on the game as well. Going for Anubis, which is pretty exciting. Have I unlocked Anubis on this one? Maybe not. It's a legendary character. But Wormscale Tinkerer is in there because it's insane, improving your treasure buffs, which will work really well with all our random rares, and like Missaria and stuff. Burninator to just get all 3 treasures every time. We could probably afford to get another questy type thing in here. Oh yeah, it's a shame that I haven't unlocked Anubis, because that would be a pretty fun one. And then Hephaestus is the dragon legendary payoff that again we haven't unlocked. Wow, I thought I'd unlocked like pretty much everything from here, but looks like it's mostly the candy characters. So we can take a low power quest thing. That requires a bunch of candy, so we don't really want that. What does Lifesaver do? No. So we can't really take candy stuff. We could just take Black Hole because it's low power and it's going to kill whatever attacks into it. And then Leapfrog might be a little bit of a funny one to take. We're kind of dragons. Miss Muffet dies and you get a huge spider. Let me just take a Flopsy. In case we don't get our butcher stuff off. Flopsy's just a pretty good late game. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's jump into game 2 with Frowny the Clown. Hopefully it's good. Okay, so we get a treasure every 3 times we take the lowest power thing from the shops, so we'll just be taking Puck as our support character, and then we can take a Dragonling here, which has the lowest power, and it's going to be a quest character for us. Okay, we're not playing... Oh, someone's already got one of these banners. I'm so intimidated. Okay, that's a tie for round 1. That is not too bad. Alright, we can take picks here to keep the support stuff going. Maybe we take Daughter of Athena just... No, I think Pix is going to be better for longer time stuff. Oh, that's great. So our quests are going to give us 1 rarity higher. Our board's going to be pretty good, so I think we can just take the lowest power thing over and over and over here, and no, he wants me to survive. Is this right? 5/7. Maybe Dragonling is a 5/7 to make sure that we get the quest off is better. Okay. Oh, we are gonna win this one. Okay, good. Wow, that was dicey. I like Frightening the Clown so much because it's such a good design thing. Because you just like, I'm making suboptimal plays to like shoot the moon. I'm gonna take PG Queen here, but probably immediately replace it. Oh, the lowest power thing is Cowardly Lion, which is one of my pet cards, but it almost never goes off. But in this case, it's not too bad, because we're getting an extra treasure from Frowny, and it's buffed by Pix, so hopefully it takes a few hits. Tiger's Paw giving Hunt to the Dragonling will be good. Hopefully we'll let it survive. Don't worry, our opponent only has 4 things on their board. Oh, they have Beanie Baby. Died. Okay, that's good. That's a nice win. So Peter Pan, we can just take and kind of cycle it, and then Faye will give +1 health buffs for the rest of the game. The rest of the stuff is kind of meh. And then this will give us shop +2/+2 for the rest of the game. That's probably worth doing here. We can cop a couple losses early as Frowny the Clown, but we are smashing through these treasures. We are going to have a rare treasure that we'll hopefully be able to build around next turn. Oh, that's a shame we didn't get the quest off on the Dragonling. This is going very well though. We haven't even lost any fights while losing tempo from taking these tiny characters. Now's the time to probably break tempo and just take Mr. Fox, because we can start stacking up even more treasures. So we'll probably just replace the Smee there. This is very good because we can take the lowest power thing and still cycle and see what rare treasure we get. Galactic Rock is awesome. We'll be getting a random treasure every 2 turns. Can be of any rarity. I think it's probably time to... we probably want picks for Cowardly Lion just in case we get that quest off. I'm going to move Dragonling down here because it just needs to attack, and let's get Netherbinder in here to see its 2 neighbors get killed and get a Dragon's Duel, but we really want that Butcher to come back so that we can buff our shop and just survive. So there's still 6 people in the lobby. We need top 4 to advance. Oh, dang, that's a shame. That's good. We got the Cowardly Lion and the Cowardly Lion and Dragonling quests off this turn, so that's excellent. I don't think we're not slot buffing, so we're not going to take Gemstone Garden. Recruit abilities triggering twice. A lot of the recruit things have low power, so we're likely to be taking that. But we could just take something like Spiked Shield again to negate us taking the lowest power thing every turn. So let's just take that. And then we get a rare from Flock of Mimics. A rare from Cowardly Lion. Could take Flock of Mimics. Getting an additional copy of anything as we are leveling up is going to be good. We're not taking this because we're not summoning anything. This is just buffing this and this at the moment, so that's probably not good enough. I think we take Flock of Mimics and shoot the moon and go for something crazy that we can double up. Cowardly Lion has done his job now, so I think we can replace him with something like Black Jack, which is a dragon that whenever he takes non-lethal damage for the first time you get a free treasure. And then we're not really slot buffing as of yet. This is the largest thing, but we can take a goodie bag as the smallest thing and just replace Dragonling, I guess. And then we want to replace this Pix very soon. Okay, we're in the top 5. We only need to survive a little bit longer. And we got a slay off on Mr. Fox there, which is great. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Oh, that's rough. With 1 health. That's how the game goes sometimes, but I don't mind losing a couple fights early with Frowny the Clown. We are getting some crazy treasures. We can cycle this. It is unfortunate to pass this Jasmine Dragon, which is huge, but we will be 1 step closer to our epic treasure. Just going to ignore all this stuff for the moment and just cycle this dragon. This is going to be better than Pix, regardless of what happens next. I think we can just take 3 Blind Mice. It's going to generally get buffed bigger than the Dragonling, so yeah, let's take that and see what epic we get. Oh, that's great. So all our animals are going to get +2/+2 for every animal we have. So maybe we can just go for Papa Bear here. So it's going to give all the animal slots +4/+4. It'll give another +2/+2 to all 3 of my animals if I replace Goodie Bag. And 2 Blind Mice was a good spec pick there because now our Mr. Fox is going to grow, 2 Blind Mice is going to grow. Unfortunately, just missed the hunt with Mr. Fox there, but we will tie this fight. That is fine. We just need to survive. Don't care about any of this stuff. Oh, animals. Are we just ignoring this stuff now? Let's take this and spec on the animals thing. These are all crappy, so let's take the lowest power thing to go to our legendary treasure. Yeah. And if we win this fight, we're in the top 4 and we have survived and we should be able to take down this guy. Come on. Oh yeah, this board's crappy. Let's do it. Easy game. Okay, we're in the top 4. We have qualified for round 3. Okay, phew. Breathe a sigh of relief. Galactic Rock gave us a rainbow bridge, which is going to help us survive even longer. Great stuff. Netherbinder, we can ignore this now. Kind of didn't go off, so... Jabberwocky getting +10/+12 every turn. Is that even better than just Nessie? No, Nessie's just massive. And all our slots aren't buffed yet. But we could take Shipshape Inspector and then buff next turn because of Papa Bear. So we just need to buff this middle slot. And then we can take this Mighty Mouse. I don't know. I never love Mighty Mouse. Oh, it's going to buff every slot. So we'll get the Shipshape Inspector quest straight away. That's good. That wasn't that good a hit from the Fox, though. Oh, very nice. Okay, full heart damage. And we're doubling up. So when you recruit a mage, cast a random spell whenever you summon a character in combat. We're unfortunately not doing any of these things, but double Hat of the Coven, giving us 2 spells every turn, could be pretty great if we get random mages. We don't have any here, so that's just Lost in the Woods. Okay, so we can take a mage here. This is going to give our board +1/+3 every turn. But I'm just going to cycle it to get those 2 spells from Hat of the Coven and get our legendary treasure, which gives our heroes and villains hunt buff your board +5/+5. That's a hero. That's lucky. And everything else is not. But hopefully we'll get some slays off with Mr. Fox. And now we're just doing some random spells to buff our board. Let's take the pop a bit. We're looking for something to replace our ship shape inspector down the bottom here. Oh, Guardian of the Grove is probably it. We are animals build, so pretty happy taking that. Buffing our entire board anytime any animal attacks. Yeah, cool. Should be good. And we are going to slay this board, which is pretty cool. They're doing like some sort of candy thing. Easy. Full heart. Slay. Oh, I love Frowny the Clown, man. Oh, wow. Okay, so Flopsy is is huge for some reason. Why is it so big? It's not even an animal. And there's just so many treasures in this game. Why is it so big? I'm not going to complain. So Flopsy buffs the leftmost thing in your shop for its power every single turn. So we're going to get a board that just spirals out of control here. And we're going to take a mage. I think this mage is an animal. So let's just replace the Papa Bear, which is only giving +4/+4 to all our slots. And then we get some free spells, which is going to give us another shot because every time we cast our second spell... Oh my god, synergy off the charts here. Let's take a golden animal to get some treasures. And we're going to double that up. Back row slots or +1/+1 times 2. We could put Flopsy in the back row and then take Crow's Nest, and then our shop will get buffed even more, which would be great. And we are into the top 4, and we're going to kill this board as well. They haven't got their Worm Scale Tinkerer going off yet, so great. Very good. We've knocked out another person. And we have reached the cap of our Frowny the Clown, but we knew that because we have our legendary. It's funny, our animal board has actually just been buffed enough that Flopsy's not the most insane, but let's just cycle through and see what we get in future shops. 300, almost 300 Bahamut is pretty good. It's probably going to be better than the 2 Blind Mice at this point. And I could take a huge Stinky. Is the +5/+5 bonus that relevant? No. Let's just cheese a win with this. Okay, we're going to win this fight as well. Great. Okay, well, this is looking like we're going to take down another lobby with our sweet animals build. Thank you, Frowny the Clown. You've propelled us into game 3. I can just cycle through these pretty quickly. Oh, that was a good one. Damn. Spirit of Vengeance is going to be a little bit better than Mr. Fox right now. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's just cycle this Stinky, and then take this Guardian of the Grove. Now we're not casting spells anymore because our board buffing has gone out of control. And let's just Midas Touch Guardian. It's just us versus Z-God Chaos. Here we go, final. And we've won. Yes! That's great. Great to see. Okay, feeling confident. That's another win under our belt. 2 first places in a row. Feeling good, feeling great. This is run number 1. Okay, we'll jump into game 3 shortly. Okay. Oh, I'd love to win that Artisan Mecha Man. Let's play round 3. I'm feeling good, feeling great here. Let's get a good captain. Don't have great deck lists for Toucan Sam or Lady of the Lake, so I think Beanstalk is probably just the best. Let's recycle this and see what we get. Okay, Athena could be another shout to just get us to that top 3. Oh god, it's getting dicey now. I'm a bit worried. Beanstalk buffing slots and buffing the shop is good. That's like how I like to play. I like buffing slots. I like buffing the shop. It's not the safest option because if you don't get those early slot buff things, you're in a bit of a bind. But top 3, you're most likely to survive to late game with Athena. We've already done an Athena. Maybe that's good because we worked on the deck already, and it went pretty well. Or did we just go with toys? No, we went with the custom deck. We could take Beanstalk and do Mighty Roots, which is a bunch of slot buffing stuff. Gulliver, not that good. This is random. This deck list is not very good. Let's make a quick Beanstalk deck. I'll just pause while I'm doing that. Okay, so we've made a bit of a slot buffing / candy deck here that have some slot buffs like Sour Patch Kid, Chaos for just getting that candy spell off. Trying out the new Katatui at a 5/5 because candy, you want to cast a lot of spells, and a lot of the spells buff slots, and then just our late game slot buffing, sort of slot buffing stuff here. Hopefully this goes well. So we just want to buff our slots as much as we possibly can. And we also want to be buffing our shop. We could just take a Puck early here. Or we could Rose. I think Puck is always safer. And then we can take something like Jack in the Box to guarantee that we win these fights. Okay. Top 3 to advance. We're going to win this one, which is nice. Very good start. Lance Little is the perfect card for this strategy because his treasure buffs slots every single turn, so our shop will be getting out of control very quickly. Let's just take Lollipop Fairy to get the candy train started as well, and we just need to find a way to buff Lance a little to 10 over the next few turns. Is that better? Yeah, we want 2 5/2s rather than... should win this one as well. Okay, good starts. Already done 1 health of damage to our opponents. None of this stuff is super great. We could take Peter Pan just to increase our Fey buffs. Or we could roll the dice on you meet in a tavern. We'd get a random uncommon character. I can't think of many that buff slots, but we just kind of want to go for the candy thing. So let's roll the dice. Okay, that's large and or in charge. Okay, Hungry Hyena is going to buff our slots every single turn, and that's going to get us closer to the Lance. So let's just replace the oh no, we don't want to replace either of our supports, so I think we just go for the slot buffing thing with the Hungry Hyena here, and then we will buff our slots a bunch and our shop will increase accordingly. Okay, we're going to probably lose this one because that Dragonling is massive. That is okay, we can take half a point of damage, but our shop has been buffed and we'll be able to jump up a little bit. Okay, let's check Lance. Let's just cycle this. I don't think we'll be taking that. We can Hamstar. Let's just cycle this and see if we get anything better. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we maybe get rid of Minotaur and just take Sour Patch Kid because that's a separate instance of slot buffing when it gets attacked. Could go the safe route and... Okay, so we can either take this and get the common treasure. One of the common treasures we would want would be the slot buffing increase one, or we can just make sure that we survive by taking the pumpkin spice latte. Let's go for the... Oh, I just want to survive. I just want to survive and get to the next round. Okay, that's pretty good. Cycle that. Lance is great. Let's just keep cycling through and getting new shops. Okay, we could... so Lance is going to trigger because Hungry Hyena will buff its slot, so we can now look at what our later game is going to be like. I can't... maybe we just ignore this Sour Patch Kid and replace it with a Catatouille. This is going to be better as time goes on. Casting 3 spells. Maybe we just ignore this and just... Big Teeth something. Or we could just buff our shop a little bit more. We're going to replace Puck as soon as Lance triggers. So... let's just take this and spec on the candy stuff. Okay. Should win this one now. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, cool. Alright, we are surviving and thriving. Our slots are now going to get buffed every turn by the little Lance. That's great. Jaws will be good once it sees 15 characters attack, but I think taking Minotaur here is just safer. We can safely replace our Lance a little because our slots are getting buffed every turn, and we'll just get a treasure from goldening this guy. We don't care about this support thing because we want to be getting rid of Puck and possibly Lollipop very soon. So I think we just take a Spike Shield to make sure we survive to later game. Our slots getting buffed even more. Okay, we could take the Hyena because it's like huge now. It's a 10-10. But Fire Breathing Dragon I think is going to be better in slot 1 to just pick off a bunch of things with a ranged attack. None of this stuff really matters. Maybe let's just buff the dragon and let's leave the Minotaur in the back row so that it absorbs whatever's left from their board. If we get an attack, ooh, that's rough. Okay, we've won another one. Very good. Okay, running hot, hot, hot. Okay, I always find it hard to pass up a True Love's Kiss because I love jumping levels. But I don't have anything on the board that I really want to do. I mean, leveling up a golden character is always pretty strong in case you get something crazy. But this is probably just safer, just like making our board bigger. And now Sugar Plum Fairy is also going to buff our board and help with the candy stuff. So let's just take that and replace the Minotaur. Because our shop is going to get like big. And like I said, I love jumping up slots. So I really want to take Chameleon here. And see what we get from that. This is still only giving +1/+1, so maybe it's just time to replace that. Oh, we can take Shipshape Inspector and get a rare treasure immediately because all of our slots are buffed. So let's replace the Lollipop Fairy. See what rare treasure we get. This is 4 summons, so we're not doing that. This doubles hunts, which we don't have. So let's take this and just jump up to an epic treasure for the next epic thing that we see, which should be next round. If we have a good round here, we can knock this person out and jump into the top 5. Come on, dragon. Let's attack. Yes. Oh, that was close. Okay, we tied, which is not the worst. Oh, Shipshape Inspector is huge. Let's just take that. Our slot buffing and shop buffing is going to carry us into the late game here. So let's just take this big epic and replace our hyena. We haven't been doing any treasures with... sorry, I haven't been casting any spells for Katatui, but that is okay. Dragon's Crown is alright, but I think now's the time for like a Gloves of Thieving. We can take one of our opponent's great treasures every turn, or crappy treasures, but now's the time to take that, so we can jump up a little. I'm tempted to take the Lancer Little here just for the treasure. But we don't need common treasures now. We're looking for our late game, and I think Angelica is going to be better for that. If this gets a hunt off, you give plus 19, plus 16 to the next thing that you recruit, so that's going to help a lot. I think we are past the point that Sugar Plum Fairy is doing anything, so let's put that one down there. And we are into the top 5 against the only undamaged player so far, so let's see how that goes. Okay, they have a huge Fey Familiar here. This is going to get a hunt off, which is great. We did lose that fight, but we got a treasure from them, which is going to buff slots, which is going to buff our shop. And then we also got plus whatever from Angelica onto one of these. So let's look to replace the Katatui now, which is not doing the best work. Angelica can go up here. So we want something for slot 5. Cheshire Cat is big. This is only getting +1/+1 when it attacks. This is +5 health. Let's do that. We can take this for free and just buff our shop. May as well. We can take this, which is now massive. Thanks to our shop buffing abilities. And we could probably take a mousetrap here and sort of scam our opponents. If they attack it, its health gets reduced to 1. Okay, if we knock Elder Bear out, we are looking in good shape to get into the top 3. And we're going to smash this board. Okay, it's looking good, it's looking good. Okay, very good. Shop has been buffed significantly. We're not close to doing this quest because we've got too many damn hearts. Starburst could start us on the candy train, but I think it's probably just safer to take a Mockingbird. It's huge and it's going to die and turn into another animal, so that will help too. And, Kraken would be good for our slot buffing capabilities, which we kind of want. Let's replace the Jack Frost. I hate putting ranged in number 2, but we want to get this attack off with Kraken as quickly as possible. And like, you're just... Oh, we're already in the top 3. Whew! Praise be. Let's just get some slot buffs happening with Kraken here. I'm just going to grow our shop even more. Got the Slay off with the Fire-Breathing Dragon. We'll be able to fight through all these little monkeys. Didn't get the hunt with Angelica, unfortunately. Oh, we lost that fight. No. That was unlucky. The monkeys are too good when they've buffed all their slots as much as they have. But we're in the top 3, so we're not too concerned here. We could just take Jabberwocky, only getting +10. +10 is going to be smaller than our dragon, so let's not worry about that. Dreamer, just blasting something for 1,000,000 damage in slot 4 seems like it will be good, so let's just do that. And let's buff some toughness with Titania, I think. Maybe it's time for the dragon to get out of here. This mousetrap with more toughness is always great, so let's Titania on that. And let's fight against Lightning Thief, Iron Lancer again. Okay, this might be the board that defeats us finally. But we've got some cool stuff like Mousetrap to stop that from happening, so... Oh, close. Oh, good tie. Not too bad. So Magic Acorn affecting the whole front row will be good. Don't care about any of these guys. They're all smaller than we've got going on, so we may as well take a candy card. Our first candy card. Whoops. So we can take Ship Shape Inspector, which will just give us a nice rare treasure. But Merlin is going to scale better as we cast more spells. Let's take Merlin and go for the board buffing capabilities rather than the rare. And oh, this is the board with the monkey on it. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Anyway, should be alright. Did not get a hunt there with the Kraken, which is a bit sad. Reducing that to 1 is great, but I don't think we're going to be able to fight through these monkeys, and we're going to take a whole heart of damage. Oy. That's okay. We're in the top 3. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The toughest bit about this tournament is going to be just getting the first in the last round. We have to be firing on all cylinders. It is very high variance, but so what do our opponents have? We can just start buffing our board by playing spells every turn. Mousetrap and Mockingbird. Is Mockingbird not as good as Bahamut? Yeah. I mean, I'd love Shadowmancer to start getting us some spells. Let's give that a go. Take a buffed Merlin here. Free spell, which is always good. Getting a bonus shot and sweetening that candy. Kraken has grown, so that's fun. Maybe we go for the rare treasure here. Nah, let's just keep buffing our stuff, and giving 2 random slots +5/+5 and sweetening the candy, which will buff from Merlin, which will make Merlin's buffs better. Let's get a hunt with a shadow. Whoa, no, their board is huge. It's not happening. Don't know if we can win this one. We cannot. We are going to take a full heart of damage and maybe die. We did steal a cool treasure from them though. Hunt, giving the slot +15. That's good. All this is crappy and smaller than the stuff we've got going on, so let's just take a spell. Same with this stuff, so let's just gumdrop the Shadowmancer so we can start casting some free spells next turn. I really want to defeat this Barrel of Monkeys player. We are going to get a kill off there, so that's great. Spirit of Vengeance. I just don't know if we can fight through all these dang monkeys. Oh no. Rough. Well, we didn't really have anything that could deal with the Barrel of Monkeys and the huge slot buff, so this is just what I'm worried is going to happen in the final. But we finished in the top 3. We've got our signed Mecha Man, which I'm so pumped about. Patrick Bjerkstrom did the art for that. That's so cool. Alright. Let's have a better one for Game 4 where we need to finish 2nd or better. We were close that time, but we just didn't get the right gumption that time. So let's jump into Game 4. Okay, let's go. Round 4. We have to finish in the top 2 to advance. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Okay, we've got some good options here. Double Dealer. Doubling the first recruit every turn is great. Especially early game, it's going to give us the best options to going into the late game. Because a lot of the recruits are like shop buffs or like permanent changes. So that's not a bad one to jump into here. Trash Panda is my favorite little raccoon guy. Some of the common treasures that you get early are like game-breakingly good if you get 2 of them. You can just really run away with it. But it's high variance because if you don't get that treasure early, you just do literal nothing. Sapphire is okay. It's another one similar to Athena where You just want toys or things that die multiple times on your board. Give your characters buffs. But the problem with it is the later the game goes, the +1/+1 doesn't matter. So it does not scale into the late game very well, which is what we need to be able to get a top 2 finish. So let's shuffle that one away. Electrake is similar to Trash Panda in that if you don't get treasures early, it doesn't do anything. But if you get a super quick quest off and then you have the Wand of Anger or the shielding one where every time you cast a spell all your characters get +1/+1, that really stacks up with the Electrake, but again does not scale super well into the late game. So I think Double Dealer is going to be our choice here. I've been playing this with the base Pirates deck. Not a lot of the... I mean, this is just a super early Villains / Pirates version. But I might tweak this deck a little bit and jump in. Okay, so the deck that I've gone for has some very early good recruit stuff. Dastardly Spirit, doubling, giving +2/+2 to all your villains, giving +2/+2 to all your heroes. I'm missing a few of the cards for late game, unfortunately, with this deck, because I haven't been playing with Double Dealer all that long. Recruit, again, this is super handy to double recruit if you have lost a fight. Miss Area, again, catching you up if you've lost a fight. Mr. Fox is pretty auto-include along with Burninator and Wormscale Tinkerer. And then just a few things that are going to help in the rare slot. Rollo is good with all the random quest things that we've got going on, like Netherbinder. Butcher is very easy quest to do, and then Weensea doubling your spells off its book, because everything you're doing is triggering recruits. So, okay, let's go for the top 2 here. Great start. We can either Friendly Spirit or Peachy Queen. Peachy Queen may be higher upside, because if the thing that you get buffs your shop, like Thorn or Rose, that can be devastatingly good early. So I think I'm going to take that here. Doubles our recruits, and there we go. There's the Thorn. So our shop is going to be buffed by +3/+2 the entire game. That's going to help so much. We're playing against a Goat T. We're probably going to lose, but maybe we won't. Oh, yeah, we lost. But again, you're sacrificing some losses early to buff this shop and get everything going. None of these guys have recruit. Let's take the Dragonling to get some quests going. Oh, I've got that signed Laser Shark. Yeah. There are more Fey heroes that we want, so I think that we'll take this as our doubled recruit this turn. And then all of our heroes in the shop will get +2/+2 the rest of the game. Should win this fight. Great. Very good. We've healed back up to 3 hearts. Gentle Giant is new and huge and exciting. It is a 10/9, so we'll probably win, but Tink is equally big and is probably just going to help buff our front row there. And then we can get a Chameleon in and level jump if it survives. Oh, we probably should have replaced the Thorn. Dang, that's annoying. Okay, we got the Slay off with the Karma Chameleon, which turned into a pretty sweet one. Nameless one. It's going to get buffed over and over. Oh, and we did a whole heart of damage to him. Okay, great. None of these guys have recruits, so let's just take this support to buff our back row. And we could just double recruit the Peter Pan here, because then buffs from Jill and Tink will give +0/+2 extra attack health every turn. And it's going to be bigger than Friendly Spirit here too, so that's a pretty good one to double up. Let's get this quest off with Dragonling so that we can get rid of it. Oh, that was a pretty good trade. Awesome. Okay, we are running hot here. Very good. We got the quest from Dragonling. We are now in rare, so we want to copy. It's going to be more powerful than any of these. So let's just copy the next treasure that we get. I'm loath to pass a silver cycle and get a better shop, so let's do that. Oh, and then this, when you gold and then you turn them into a random legendary, that is insane. And we get a treasure. Okay, so if we get a hunt off with this, we can do some insane slot buffing, and also do some insane slot buffing by doubling this. Or we could just get 2 random treasures every 2 turns. Let's go. Let's. I don't know. Buffing the slots is less. We're really well set up here, so let's go for the higher variance Galactic Rock and get 2 sweet random treasures every turn. Very cool. I would like to double the spells, the next spell that I cast, so that we can get something crazy like a double up a True Love's Kiss. Or something like that, so we can turn this into a golden secret rare, which will just hopefully slay whatever lobby we're in. Or you go for Nether Binder, but this isn't dying anytime soon, and neither is this if this hunt gets off, so let's just go for the 2-headed wizard. I don't think we need it on our board. Let's just double the next spell that we play. And let's get a hunt off with Kraken. Come on, yes! Okay, this is... Okay, it should be pretty smooth sailing from here, because our front slots are like plus 16 or something now. Okay, so we did doubling spells thing, so we can get 3 bonus shops with Lost in the Woods. But we are so far ahead here, we may as well go for these extra treasures. We don't care about these back buffs anymore, so we can get some crap in there. So let's take Rolo and replace the Tink. I'll take another Rolo and see what quest things we get. Would we like to double this to improve the next Fey buff by +1/+3 twice? Yes, we would. Let's cycle that away though. And then all our slots buffed? They are not, so this is not questing, but we can just get a random rare treasure. That's fine. +5 attack and doubling it whenever we lose a fight is okay, but we're going to get a slay off there and buff our front slots. Okay, we should be able to cruise this one to victory. Win pretty fast. This golden Kraken really helped. Okay, here we go. We're going to triple True Love's Kiss something all the way up to Secret Rare. Now, the question is whether we do it to Kraken and waste the extra True Love's Kiss, because Secret Rare is the rarity just above Legendary. We don't need 3 different ones. Rare goes to Epic, goes to Legendary, goes to Secret Rare, so we should do it to one of our back 2 rares here. Let's do it to the Ship-Shape Inspector, because we can get some more treasures off Rolo later. Let's see what Secret Rare we get. Rolling the dice onto a Doppelganger. So Doppelganger is great to have in slot 5, because whatever their largest thing is will be left on the board. We'll kill it, we'll make a copy of it, so that is going to help us survive again here. So now let's look at replacing some of these crappy front row guys. Anything that we put in the front row is going to be huge now because of these Kraken slot buffs, +32. So let's get Mr. Fox into slot 1 and steal some of their treasures. Easy game. Oh, still a magic acorn, that's not that exciting. Okay, and we got another hunt off with Kraken, so our front row slots are absolutely insane. Let's get... so... We don't need Kraken in front row anymore. I don't think we need Rolo. Let's just get something ranged in there to get buffed by the crazy slot buffs that we have going on. We don't care about any of this stuff. Let's just grow the Mr. Fox. Make sure that he gets a slay off. A hunt, sorry. Cool. Okay, so they had a really huge thing in slot 1 there, but our board is so large. That's a bit sad. Don't want to take Long John Silver here, even though it's going to buff our Robin. Because we don't want to double a crappy recruit, which would just be turning everything silver, so let's cycle that away. Phil will probably insure us in case we do run into a crazy big board now, because this guy's going to get... He's going to be... So if he ever gets attacked and killed, he'll just come back early. And then probably wanting Captain Hook in the front row. Huh. I'm prone to want to keep stealing their treasures, but maybe we should just keep buffing the front slot and then put put Robin back down here for the range to take this, which will buff it, and then it will be huge. And again, we'll be insured if they have anything randomly massive. So if Captain Hook kills something, you summon a copy of it. So let's hope that this is going to be... Oh, this is going to be more than good enough. Okay, so we've absolutely killed these guys, and we've made the top two. Okay, so we're going into the final. We finished with a very, very nice high roll on the Kraken there. Kind of rode that to victory. Nice, easy one. Let's hope that the final, where we have to finish first, is just as easy. Okay. First place to advance and win this victory banner and a day 2 invite. I am so excited. Let's go. Let's get that win. Okay, I'm quite nervous now. We have to finish first. We have one shot at this. I do have another invite. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to record that one though. That is it's quite daunting to do 2 full runs and be so disappointed by the end, but hopefully that won't happen. Let's jump into round 5. Let's get a sweet, sweet captain. Oh, none of these are that great. Athena, again, will get us to the late game, fine. Sorceress Serena can be good, but you just need to be so spell reliant. It's pretty great with True Love's Kiss, which is like probably my favorite card in the game. Just jumping things up another level at random, but again, it's very high variance. Sapphire is not the strongest, and we don't have much of a deck list there for that one. So let's cycle that away. Merryweather improves your supports and they affect themselves and give a +1 attack. It's not really a late game thing. We need to finish first. These are not great options for us. I would have much preferred something that scales better or gives us higher variance. Sorceress Serena doubling our spells could be okay. Let's see what deck list we have for it. Double Sweetness is not great. What's this? What's in this one? Just a bunch of random spell payoff things. Let's see if we can build a deck for this one. I'll just pause. Okay, I have decided what I'll be taking to battle. Let's get Fairy Godfather out of there. But yeah, we have a Athena Toys deck, which should scale pretty nicely into the late game. We've got a bunch of random toys. I've got to remove Prickles and Fairy Godfather. They don't really fit in here. But yeah, when your creatures die with Athena, they get +2 attack, so it's going to give us some decent early game, and then we'll scale into the late game with things like Brick Monster, Chip on the Ship, Barrel of Monkeys, and hopefully do some slot buffing and stuff as well. So let's get Prickles out of there. That doesn't make any sense. And Fairy Godfather gives lowest rarity characters +15. That seems fine, but not really what we want to be doing. So we're looking for some good toy payoffs. Raggedy Ann is probably good enough because we just need things that make multiple bodies when they die. And Daedalus, maybe what we need to do, just because we don't actually... I haven't unlocked Blue Fairy, which is another good one that's like a summon payoff in this deck. You can always go for something raw power like Burninator, where you just get like a million treasures. Mephisto eats everything that dies in front of him, but that's not good because we kind of need our board in front of us. Let's go the Daedalus. Buffing the slots will help with our toys. Oh god, I'm nervous. Okay, here we go. We're jumping into the final game. First place to win day one. Puck is one of the best common payoffs for toys because it's going to buff everything in front of it. We don't really want to take Egg because it's just going to pop into some random thing in 3 turns. We can take the Lance a little and hope that we have enough. Like, we really want to buff our board for toys. So let's take that. And when it dies, we'll get +2 attack, so we'll get a guaranteed treasure off Lance a little in a few turns. Okay, we just have to defeat. None of these captains are too insane. Skip can be good, Hades can be good, but we should be alright against most of these. Okay, here we go. That is sad to lose game 1, but that's going to happen sometimes. That's okay. Let's take picks to buff our things. We are yet to see a toy, which is very sad. Let us just take Slappy, which is just a thing that's going to get buffed and get bigger as it gets attacked. And we kind of want Lance a little to die early. This is very good start. We've done a whole heart of damage to one of our opponents on turn 2, which is always good for us because it means that they're less likely to survive the next few turns. Okay, let's get the toys rolling here with Jack in the Box there. And Lance a little... So we can take the Busted Bot and replace Slappy because it will be buffed by the Puck. Will this trigger if it dies in-game? I think it needs to be on the board for it to work. Let's just take this to hedge and then put the Puck there, and then we'll be able to Lance for sure next turn. Or should we put Busted Bot there? I want the attack buffs from Puck on the 2 toys. This is one issue I don't fully know how the rules work with this. If this dies and it gets +2 attack from this, will it trigger and give me the treasure this turn? Because then it will be worth putting it there, but let's just go this for a bit of safety. Opponent is Skip with not much of a board yet, so that is awesome. We're going to kill them very, very, very quickly. With Skip, one of my favorite heroes, by the way, but your early game is just the worst ever, and you have to kind of make it to the end with not much going on. Okay, this is a good start. So Lance now we can put there, and he will definitely get his treasure off. Let's just get a fresh Jack in the Box in. And then let us buff one of our slots, which is going to be better for toys than any of these. Let's just give a slot +2/+2. I think most likely to want to be buffed is this one, because that's where Phil goes. If we pick up a Phil. Punxsutawney Phil, my favorite little guy. Let's just cycle the Slappy away. Haven't got any treasures yet, which is always a little bit rough. And then we want to be replacing these back 2 soon, but it is only turn 4. Let's just... I don't know if we want a Big Teeth anything. This is a toy. I think we just take this and improve our next Fey buff by +1/+1. Let's see what happens. Okay, there are a lot of people on reasonably low hearts, but let's hope. I mean, we'll get this Lance treasure this turn, which is nice. We should win this one with just our dearth of random idiots. Another full heart of damage. So maybe toys is actually one of the best for this, because you just want to get the game done as quick as possible, finishing first before anyone gets to crazy late game stuff, which is going to overtake us. We've got our first treasure, which will buff our slots every turn. None of this really fits in our strategy, but we probably want to be getting rid of this. We can replace Lance now, so let's get a ranged character in there. And then Ship Shape Inspector is going to be very good to put in slot 2, because we're going to buff all our slots with Lance next turn and get a rare treasure guaranteed. We are one of only 2 people in the lobby with 3 hearts, so we should be able to get one off here. Their Busted Bot is huge, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through that. Their Prickles is... Oh, we did! Yes! Okay. Oh, clutch! Yes! Go on. Okay, that was lucky. Their Busted Bot was massive. So this is Pirates Have Treasure Hoard 2. Jack in the Box does turn into a pirate, but that's not that great. We want legendary spells, is always good. Oh, it's time to be real. Be reeling me in the final. Let's go. Very good. We'll take Mask of Infinite Rage here, though, because we can afford to lose some fights, and giving all of our random toys +5 attack every turn is going to be great. So that is what we want. And now we can probably afford to True Love's Kiss the Ship Shape Inspector away and just get a random epic, and hopefully we get something cool. Robin is good, very good. We can now get rid of this Puck as well, because Morticon is one of the better rare payoffs for the toys deck. When you summon a character, you buff Morticon and whatever it summons, and when you summon 50 stats worth of guys off it, you get Morticon's treasure. So let's go with that, and we are fighting the only other undefeated player in the lobby. They just look like they've got a regular sort of fade buff board going on. Should be able to power through it with the size of our characters. And Robin being a ranged means that we'll at least tie. Okay, so we'll tie. Okay. That's okay. Let's get Robin into slot 1. Morticon to slot 4. And then Sunflurry, which is given +8/+8 to our toys in slots 2 and 3. I don't think we want any of these. We could just buff our shot by taking the Sugar Plum Fairy. Or we could Achilles and go for size, but I think maybe it's just best to buff a slot here, and maybe in slot 1, keeping our Robin alive for longer. Sure. That was kind of a nothing shot for us, but hopefully we... Okay, they have a massive Candy Cane Crook now, so we will need to get rid of these guys pretty quickly, but our board is quite large and or in charge. Okay, that's a nice win there. They have a slot buff 48/48 already. That's going to be pretty scary to get through, but we do get another nice treasure off Morticon here. We could Gilded Lily and almost guarantee that we get an epic treasure this turn. That may be better than just Energizer, which would make our Lance good, would make our Mask better. But I think going for an epic treasure and golden epic character here is going to be good. And then, oh wow, okay, so 2-headed dragon we can take and then get to keep an extra epic treasure. That sounds good to me. Let's replace the Robin, because I don't know how many more pirates we're going to be taking. And we get 2 treasures here. Okay, buffing a slot, giving it a +8/+8 off our little Lance. So that is 100% going in. And then we can take, this pays off Hunt, but we don't have any Hunt characters. Boots of Magic Find, giving left one a rarity higher. That will be better the longer the game goes, and we are going late. But Reinforced Hull is one of the best things we could have picked up there, because now our slots are going to get buffed +9/+8 every single turn. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Let's just cycle these crappy guys away and look for more toys. Could take Mockingbird to replace the Jack in the Box. These have been buffed a bunch by just dying over and over. We could probably do better. Or we could Abracadabra and hoped we get... so Abracadabra gives you a bonus shop of all spells. We could go for like a True Love's Kiss on our Golden Epic that now doesn't do anything else. Let's high roll. Oh my god, yes. Come on, let's go. Rare Legend. Okay, Friar Tuck. When you cast your first spell every turn, get a bonus shop. So now we just get a free spell every turn and a bunch of bonus shops. We're into the top 4. I'm feeling good about this. Come on. This is the person with the huge busted butt slot. But ours is bigger. And they double their first farewell every turn, but we have done a whole heart of damage to them. Let's go. Okay, so Eureka gives you +7/+7, and if you do it on a mage, you get a new shop, so let's do it on our only mage. We don't need any of this stuff. All of it is a downgrade to the things that we already have on the board, so let's just double the next spell that we play off Two-Headed Wizard. And then we could Titania and give +20 health to our front row, but we don't really care about that, so we could give our next character +8/+8. We haven't seen any good toy payoffs, but the fact that our slots are just getting buffed by so much every turn. Maybe Morticon is now a little defunct, so let's do that. And this is a little sad. None of this stuff has really worked out super well, but we can just buff a slot +8 attack twice, so just make our 5th slot there way better. 7136 or 7138, very, very similar. Okay. These guys are just sticking with their very early board and hoping that carries them through. That is gonna... Okay, we have lost a fight and they have healed up. But we are scaling like crazy. I mean, look at this board. Getting buffed by that much every turn. Okay, so Fairy Queen is going to go in here, and if we put it in this slot, it's going to trigger immediately. Let's get rid of the Titania. And we can get a legendary spell to... legendary treasure off Fairy Queen next turn, which will hopefully carry us into that late game that we need so hard. We can Giant Growth on something. I don't really want to keep any of these toys. We haven't got any of the good toy payoffs yet. Let's just make our Fairy Queen huge and get a free shop from Friar Tuck. Mecha Man going to be better than Jack in the Box at this point. 5328. It will become a 40 something and summon a random toy. The upside of this is way better because it can pop into one of these two commons and then use our slot buffs even more. Mecha Man will be very good when we want to replace our Fairy Queen. So let's replace the Busted Bot, I think, and then get the Sunflurry over there for the buffs. Okay, we've made the top 3. We just need to survive a little longer. Oh god, their board is looking crazy. Oh, I'm worried. I'm worried that we aren't going to be able to get past this crazy hunt board. Now, we do not have the payoffs to get past this huge board. Okay, so we do have a secret rare treasure. A spell, when we cast it on something, it casts it on all our other characters. We may need to go for something insane like that. To get past the other 2 opponents here. We are in the real dicey spot. This is the toughest lobby that we've played. Of course it's in the final. It's a bit rough, but I think we need to go for something crazy like Wonder Box and just convert our whole board into secret rares or something like that. Getting a bonus shop of all legends could be okay. Let's get these guys into the large slots again. Onion's Axe. The bonus shops will help, but we don't have long to survive to get that payoff, so I think we have to go for something really big, like Wonder Box here. Okay, Barrel of Monkeys is great. We will be replacing Sunflare with that, because this is going to pop into a bunch of 1/1s that we can use our whole board for. I think we need to Abracadabra here. We'll get a bonus shop from Friar Tuck, and maybe we can do something insane to every single thing on our board. Okay, Happily Ever After. So we could Midas Touch our entire board, which would be great. Would it be great? It doesn't change that much. Happily Ever After is not going to be good enough. I think we just need to cycle this away and look at a new shop. This is also not brilliant. We may as well just buff all our characters +4/+4. That does not seem that good. Maybe we try and get a hit off on the Shadowmancer, but like our opponent's board is just so big. Let's just cast a bunch of spells. Cool. Maybe our Barrel of Monkeys will be good enough. Okay, so this will help a lot. So this is going to double every single one of our slots, which will help a lot with Barrel of Monkeys. So that is one of the better things that we could have targeted everything with Wonderbox with. This is some good late game scaling. We need to get the win here against Ben Buzz, though. Is this set up correctly? I think so. Okay, we'll win this game now. So we're going to get a second, I think. It's just whether we can beat that insane Hunt Jack Sparrow board. He's not called Jack Sparrow. What's he called? J Sparrow or whatever. Let's just... all this stuff is kind of crappy, so let's just buff our entire board and get a bonus shop from Friar Tuck. Don't care about any of this, so let's cycle Peachy Queen. Cycle Fairy Queen. Wormscale Tinkerer usually I'd be super happy with, but maybe that's just better than the extra shops from... Oh, giving it... Wait, when did we buff a slot? So we could give all our slots +10/+10 with this. That may just be better than Wormscale. Every turn. Our characters have +20 attack. That's pretty good. I think we just need to keep the huge stuff that we have on the board, because downgrading this... Let's just go +10/+10 to everything. I would love a chip on the ship or something like that to cheese some of these toys with. So we've got a couple of options here. Goldilocks could be great because we're going to buff all our slots for heaps and heaps and heaps. Then its slot will get really huge too, and then we can cycle our toys around and everything. It's going to be better than the Fairy Queen, I think, at this point in time. We could take Conan to just get a treasure, or we could take Stroke of Midnight to nerf one of their random things and turn it into a common, but I think this is going to be better for us as time goes on. We have to be winning some fights against this crazy board here, though, so... Okay, that's fine. Brick Monster coming out and just giving us a treasure is going to be great. Now it's just whether our monkeys are going to be good enough to get through the whole board. They are not. Okay, so we are down to 1 heart. Oh, yay. Okay. Plus 1,000 sword is insane, especially because we're in toys. So something will die. Our first slot will have 1,000 attack. I think that's one of the better things that we could have gotten here. These things, getting secret rares, whatever. It would be... All this stuff is okay, but none of it's really playing with our huge buffed board. So let's just take plus 1,000 sword. It doesn't trigger Goldilocks, unfortunately. But we want a toy of some description in slot 1. Mecha Man is going to be the best because it can pop into another toy. So a 1,000 slot 1 should be good enough. Let's cycle this and get some toys. I think now it's time for Friar Tuck to go, just because our slots are buffed so much that... Oh, we're on 1 heart. We could take a rare... No, let's just take a busted bot and just load up our front row with toys. All this stuff is not good enough, so let's cycle and see what we get. That is not good enough either. Sorry, Jabberwocky. Okay, this board we can absolutely kill, and then it would just be us versus Jay Sparrow in the final. Oh my god, this is tense. Nice, okay, we are in the top 2. We just need to win a couple games. Mix O, Match O will be quite handy. So we've got a very big slot buff there. Maybe putting Goldilocks there and then a toy in the back row will help with that slot. We just don't want Barrel of Monkeys to die too quick. So let's Mixo Macho Goldilocks. They have a very good candy board. So Goldilocks will at least hopefully be able to get a slave. Oh, we Mixo Macho everything. God, I forgot. So much going on here. We may as well just Eureka our whole board. We don't have anything else going on with that shop. Okay, this is it. We have to win 2 in a row. We are in the final 2, so if we lose this fight, we are dead. I think that the front slot having plus 1,000 will help so much with Barrel of Monkeys, Busted Bot, all this stuff, so we are going for it here. Alright, here we go. Blackbeard is not going to get a slay off. Yes. Okay, that's great. They do have a ranged character, but we should win this fight because Barrel will pop into a bunch of stuff. And we've tied. Oh my god. Okay. Their Licorice, being a huge ranged character, is going to be difficult to fight against, but we are buffing our slots. Our scaling is going really well. We don't want any of this. Don't want that. Okay, so we can go for Barrel of Monkeys. Gold it. Fills it with 2/2s. That doesn't matter because it's mostly just about the slot buffs at this point in time. Or we can True Love's Kiss Goldilocks away, see what huge secret rare we get. Maybe it could be something like a Doppelganger or a Paul Bunyan or something, but I think it's going to be better than Goldilocks at this point in time. Barrel of Monkeys, and then like the... Oh my god, I'm so glad I paused, because if we True Love's Kiss our whole board, because we have Wonderbox, that would be catastrophic if we didn't get toys, so we would have lost on the spot if I had done that. So let's golden this here, Barrel of Monkeys, and take a secret rare treasure, Trifork, and hopefully that's going to be good enough. That buffed our board a little more. Okay, is there anything better that we can put in slot 1? I don't think so. Okay, we just need to kill their huge Licorice card. So, yeah, and then Licorice is going to kill that. Barrel will attack it. We just need 1 attack from our first slot without it getting killed. Yes, come on. Oh my god. This couldn't have gotten any closer. This is very scary. Very scary. Okay, we've got a few options here. We can move Barrel of Monkeys to slot 4. We can put Busted Bot into slot 3. And then we can put Stinky into slot 5. Because it's the thing that is the most likely to survive all of the attacks, and their biggest threat is the ranged character in the back row, if Stinky survives long enough and gets shot by that, and it's the last thing left on their board, it'll shoot it back in its own face, because after it's attacked, it deals that much damage to an enemy. Or we can just cycle Goldilocks and see what we get in the next shot. But I think the Stinky play is going to be better than Goldilocks here. But we just need as many things on our board as possible to fight that back row licorice, whatever it's called. Okay, we're cycling that away. Okay, let's cheese it. Maybe we just Stroke of Midnight. We transform an enemy character into a random common. We could hit their best character on their board. Okay, this is the final. This is the last fight. Whoever wins this, we could go to day 2 just with this fight. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, that licorice is so huge now. Oh my god. Ugh. If we just kill their whole board, though, then it has to shoot Stinky, unless Stinky attacks it. Oh, which is most likely to do. Oh, we've lost. Oh my god. Oh my god. That literally couldn't have been closer. Their licorice just needed to attack something other than our slot 1. Look, that couldn't have gone much better, but this was just out of control. So maybe putting Stinky in the front row so that it was more likely to be attacked by licorice. Oh, guys, that is disappointing. Coming second. I do have another run banked up, but I'm going to have to smash that one through pretty quickly to get in time. That's rough. It was a good run, though. Thank you very much for watching all. Wish me luck, and then I'll record day 2 if I make that one. Thanks for watching. Aaron from Good Games Morley. See you next time. Second place. Second place.